Hi guys, welcome to my vlog. This video this week focuses on skills versus capacities, and in this video I'll be using two examples of running skills that I've observed in two of my athletes. I'm going to compare the styles and explain why I feel that one of the athletes is affected by the execution of running as a skill and the other athlete has a capacity issue in completing this task. Before I go on, I just want to make a note on the two athletes that you're observing here. Both players are footballers, youth team footballers, between the ages of 17 and 18. They're both in a ready to play situation at the moment, so they're fit and healthy when these videos were taken, and have been competing for a long time since they were kids, so you'd expect the running skill to be something that's second nature to them and they'd have no problems completing these tasks, which is why I've highlighted this as an interesting case study. As an aside, the two players that you're looking at on the screen are actually two of the quicker players in the squad. This is interesting for me because it does show that any issues in skill or capacity may not have a direct influence on performance outcomes. It's something I'm very wary of when I'm coaching these two boys, is that they have their own unique style, and it's something that I don't necessarily want to coach out of them or overcomplicate, as they've gained a lot of success with this style throughout their careers. First of the two athletes I'm going to look at is with regards to the skill element of completing this task. Something that you're seeing on screen now, I believe, is a motor deficiency or a motor issue with completing this task. Something that possibly has been ingrained within this athlete from childhood, maybe a way that he's always ran, and as a result the motor pathways completing this skill remain the same. Whilst I don't want to suggest that the athlete's completing this task incorrectly or doing things wrong, this athlete is in fact the fastest member of the squad, so something must be going right. His running style is certainly very unique, and compared to a technical model that you may see in literature or in research, there are vast differences, and I just want to explore some of those differences now. As the athlete comes past the camera now in the slow motion video that we've got here, he's reaching maximum velocity, I think, probably just as he comes in line with the camera, so it's a good opportunity to see the mechanics at maximum velocity. I don't think he's achieving enough hip flexion during his swing phase, therefore his knee is not coming high enough through the swing phase, and that's compromising the triple extension he gets out of the drive phase or the stance phase of that standing foot with each stride. That's something that we've looked at in this training program, trying to achieve a bit more triple extension in the standing leg. With regards to gaining that optimal range at his hip, I think you can start to see it now in this frontal plane video. You can see that there's a huge amount of hip and trunk rotation going on in the frontal plane here. You see his legs, his knees are coming right across the central line of his body. So he's losing a lot of time in each stride by bringing his knees and his legs across that frontal line of his body, which also is reducing the time available to gain some range in hip flexion, and that will contribute to what I suggested in the previous slide. Whilst this suggests that there are a few training options for him, possibly improving glute strength trying to activate glutes to try and bring legs into a bit more external rotation when running, the reason that I've highlighted this as a skill issue is due to the fact that when you look at some of the other tests that we've conducted with this athlete, you're not seeing much deficit. He's very, very strong, very, very powerful, and as a result of this, I believe that this running style is adopted mainly from motor patterning, motor recruitment that he's now used to when running, rather than a deficiency in another area of the body. Moving on to my second athlete, I'm going to highlight a capacity issue within running, and I believe that this is a range of motion issue, possibly even a strength issue, and that's causing a breakdown in the run. Again, we'll slow the video down so we can see as he runs past the camera. One thing though I think is hugely apparent even at full speed in this athlete is that there is a real lack of range going on at the hips, and as a result of this, you're seeing one leg really internally rotated as he runs, one foot coming almost directly in front of the other foot as he strides through, and he's not getting enough knee drive or push through either with each stride. Again, looking at the frontal plane of this exercise, you can see it even more apparently. The knees crossing over, and as a result of this, the stride length of this athlete is really short. There's not a lot of, he needs to take a lot of strides in order to complete the task, whereas another athlete might do it in much less. This is a result purely for me of the hip not being able to achieve optimal range in flexion, and then a result of triple extension being compromised, similar to the other athlete, but I think this is due to a range of motion issue rather than a motor learning issue. One of the other things that I believe is compromising the triple extension pattern of this athlete is the lack of perineal activation in the left leg. You can see it in the very early swing phase on that left side that the foot is losing a lot of control as it comes out the back of the drive. There's not a huge amount of stretch shortening recruitment going on there either, so that's reducing those triple extension patterns and therefore reducing the ground reaction forces that athletes putting through, and that again is contributing as to why the strides are so short. You need to take so many in order to cover the same amount of ground. You're seeing a lot of internal rotation going on at the hip, the knees almost coming across and touching each other with each stride, and that's costing invaluable time, energy and force production capabilities in each stride. One thing that we're going to work on with this athlete is lots of glute activation work and try and open up that hip joint in order to generate a bit more force through each drive phase. So thanks for watching, guys. A very short video into some of the issues and challenges and interesting case studies that you may face whilst working in football. As usual, any comments or feedback is very, very welcome and appreciated. Please do feel free to get in touch or leave your comments below. Thank you.